Hey guys, Golden Eagle here. Welcome to what's going to be my last episode of Gaming News Articles Weekly, at least for a while. Because the PS4 is coming out this Friday, and the Xbox One the week after that. So I want to focus on making videos about the new consoles and games. In case you guys don't know, this is a weekly series in which I look at gaming news articles from the past week and give you summaries of them and some of my opinions. This week I have some more random gameplay from GTA Online. The first thing I want to talk about is a company that I rarely talk about, and that's Ninentdo. Nintendo President Satoru Iwata, sorry for my pronunciation if I got that wrong, gave his thoughts this week about the coming releases of the PS4 and Xbox One. He said that they are actually going to be good for Nintendo because they will energize the game industry as a whole. He also said that Nintendo will be offering unique experiences that you can only find on the Wii U. For example, this holiday season, he believes the Wii U will be seen as the family-oriented console, with games like Super Mario 3D World, Wii Party U, and Wii Sports Club, as opposed to the other two, who will be going after more high-skilled players. But that Nintendo will also target these players with new games next year, like a new Zelda game for the Wii U, for example. What do you guys think about Nintendo? For me, I haven't really been interested in them in the last few years. The last Nintendo console I bought was actually the GameCube. The Wii and the Wii U never appealed to me. I don't really like having to look at a second screen or wiggling my arms around to control a game. Sure, those things might be fun if I'm having a party with friends over, but for my serious gaming time, I like more traditional, quote, hardcore experiences. For example, games like Grand Theft Auto or The Last of Us, with great gameplay, great story, and immersive worlds. And I like to play these games with a traditional controller. But, in more Nintendo news, they are coming out with a new version of the original Wii console this holiday season. It's called the Wii Mini. It is going to have a smaller design, red and black colors, will be $99, and will come bundled with a Wiimote Pro, the nunchuck attachment, and a copy of Mario Kart Wii. So, let's move on to another company that's doing something different from Microsoft and Sony, and that's Valve. Some of the first images of the prototype of their Steam Machine console were shown off this week. Honestly, it looks like a smaller version of the Xbox One, but the Steam Machines are going to be made by a number of different manufacturers and will have different configurations, ranging from the power of a mid-range PC to that of a super high-end PC with a Titan graphics card in it. Valve will be revealing who the manufacturers will be this January, and hopefully we could get some prices for these consoles then. As far as the Steam controller goes, though, Valve has stated that they will be the only ones making it. They also stated that they will not be making any exclusive games for the Steam OS or Steam Machine consoles. So, if and when Half-Life 3 comes out, it will be multi-platform. So now, let's move on to talking about the PS4 and Xbox One. In an interview with Wired.com, Sony allowed the PS4 to be disassembled, and we get to look at the inside of the console and all of its components. They also released 4 new videos about the PS4 this week, talking more about the games, the controller, and the remote play with the PS Vita. Speaking of the Vita, it received an update this week to make it ready to stream and play PS4 games. So, the Xbox One. Phil Spencer from Microsoft talked more about the cloud capabilities of the console this week, and he said that once we get past the launch window and developers have more time to learn how to implement the Xbox Live Cloud servers into their games, that we will see some really interesting things in the future, and that the cloud will be especially useful to indie developers. But they have admitted this week that they are having problems trying to use the cloud to stream Xbox 360 games to the Xbox One for backwards compatibility. Something we sort of knew already, but Microsoft talked about it more this week, is that you'll need the Day 1 update on your Xbox One to be able to almost do anything on the console. Otherwise, it'll be pretty much non-functional. Are you tired of typing in that 25-digit code every time you buy an Xbox Live card? Well now, with the Kinect on Xbox One, you can just hold the card up to the camera, and it will read the card for you and automatically redeem the points without you having to type anything in. So, you guys know how Microsoft is positioning the Xbox One to be an all-in-one entertainment box. Well, now you can earn Xbox Live achievements for accessing your media through the Xbox apps. For example, there's going to be one on the Amazon Instant Video app, which you earn by watching 10 movies before the end of the year. Lastly, the Microsoft Canada Director of Marketing stated that he believes the Xbox One will last for at least the next 10 years. This is similar to what Microsoft said about the Xbox 360, which they are going to support until 2016. So it looks like they were right about that one, because the Xbox 360 will be 11 years old by that time. In addition to the Xbox One, Microsoft also wants to bring more support to the PC. They have been neglecting the PC for the last couple years now, and they want to bring more core and first-party games to the platform. They have discussed that they are thinking about the possibility of cross-platform play between the PC and the Xbox One, and that there have been rumors that they are developing a streaming service that will allow you to play Xbox One games on PC. And they have already demonstrated this by showing off streaming Halo 4 from the Xbox 360 to a PC. So now, let's talk about some Call of Duty news. Mark Rubin from Infinity Ward clarified why Call of Duty Ghosts is 720p on the Xbox One and 1080p on the PS4. He said that this is just the way that the optimization came out for the game to allow it to run at 60 frames per second, and it does not necessarily mean that one console is much more powerful than the other. Activision announced that we will once again have a new Call of Duty game next year, but it's not sure what it will be yet, but I'm guessing either Black Ops 3 or World at War 2. They have also admitted that Ghosts did not beat the record set by Black Ops 2 last year, so that puts an end to their streak of having a bigger and bigger launch every year. But it's mostly because the next-gen versions weren't released at the same time, so many people, myself included, are waiting for those instead. And lastly, Mark Rubin said that he won't count out the possibility of a future Call of Duty being set in space, or having DLC maps set in space. I think that this would be pretty cool to see, but then again, if they had a futuristic Call of Duty set in space, wouldn't it just feel like Halo or Destiny or something like that? Moving on to COD's competition, it has been confirmed that Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One can use the Kinect for player movement. Specifically, it can track your head movements to use the leaning mechanic in the game. So if you move your head a little to the left or to the right, your character will lean in that direction around cover. And you can use voice commands for the request wheel. So things like asking for a medic, for ammo, or for a ride in a vehicle can be accessed by talking to your Kinect. Another next-gen game that I'm really excited for is Metal Gear Solid 5. I've been a huge fan of this series, and now Metal Gear Solid 5 has been given a release window of spring 2014. It looks like between March and May will be the time when the next gen really takes off. Games like Titanfall, Destiny, Watch Dogs, and many more are going to be released all around the same time, and I can't wait for all of them. Woo! And finally, BioWare has teased images from their next Mass Effect game, which, by the way, is another series that I love. They showed themselves developing the game on their PCs with some concept art in the background. Okay guys, so that does it for this episode of Gaming News Articles Weekly. Be sure to stay tuned to my channel for lots of great content coming soon. I'll be finishing uploading Batman Arkham Origins, then I will play the Bioshock Infinite DLC early next week. And at the end of the week, I'll have an unboxing video of the PS4 and gameplay from Battlefield 4 on the PS4. All of that plus much more to come soon. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you all next time.